Hi guys, it's the Millwall Tube here, and today we are back again with the Championship predictions. This game week is game week 28, so let's not waste any more time and jump straight into it. So, starting off at the Stadium of Light, we have Sunderland versus Hull, and of course it hasn't been a good last month for Sunderland fans, has it? Of course they lost their derby match versus Newcastle, painted their stadium black and white for them as well, and of course I know their fans ain't been too happy with their new manager, Bill, of late. And for Hull, I actually watched their game versus Norwich, I think it was, on Friday night, and they definitely should have got something out of the game, if not got all 3 points. So my score prediction for this game, I think it's going to be the exact same scoreline with when these two sides last played each other, but I think it's going to be the opposite way around, 1-0 Hull. Next up, over to the Saturday games, we have Swansea versus Southampton, and to be fair, Swansea are picking up some decent results of late, turning their form around, and for Southampton, they're still putting the pressure on second place. Ipswich pretty much winning every game they play, so my score prediction for this game, although Swansea are picking up some decent results of late, Southampton are just a different kettle of fish compared to Swansea's recent opponents. So I'm going to go with a scoreline of Swansea 0, Southampton 2. Now for Blackburn versus Huddersfield, the first, are you ready for it, mid-off of the week. Yeah, both sides been really poor of late. See there being a lack of quality in this game, 0-0 draw. Over to Ashton Gate, we have Bristol City versus Watford, and funnily enough, since the reverse fixture in this game where Bristol City won 4-1 away at Watford, it's actually Bristol City's form which has gone a bit stale and Watford's form which has improved. So like the Sunderland game, I see it being a similar result, not the exact same result, but the opposite way around, 3-1 Hornets. Next up, we've got Middlesbrough versus Rotherham, and of course Borough are in the form of their lives at the moment, ain't they? They just beat Chelsea 1-0 in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, then beat us on the Saturday 3-1 away. So yeah, of course we all know Rotherham are one of the weaker sides in the division, and although Rotherham did beat Borough 1-0 in the reverse fixture, I can only see this game going one way, as Borough are in hot form, if you like. So I'm going to go for a scoreline of Middlesbrough 3, Rotherham 0. Now for Norwich versus West Brom, two big sides in the division going at it. Of course, West Brom currently sit in the playoffs quite comfortably. Would not be surprised in the slightest if they ended up in the top 6 come the end of the season. And for Norwich, they've been a very inconsistent and rocky side of late, but to be fair, they did hold off Southampton to a point at home a few weeks back, so I would not be surprised in the slightest if the same outcome happened here. So I'm going to go for a scoreline of Norwich 2, West Brom 2. Over to Home Park, we have Plymouth versus Cardiff, and Plymouth are of course unbeaten in their last 3, and for Cardiff, of course, they're coming off the 3-0 loss at home to Leeds, and prior to that they lost 4-0 away to Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup. So I think it's fair to say they're definitely lacking some confidence at the moment. So also, of course, with Home Park being a bit of a fortress, like I always say in these videos, I can only see this game going one way, 2-0 Plymouth. Next up, we've got QPR versus Millwall, and I've got to say QPR have still been just stinking up the gas lately, ain't they? They've still been in abysmal form, let's be honest, and we have lost our last 2 games, one being in the Cup against Leicester, but I definitely think we should have got something from both of them games, if not won both of them games. So I am going into this game with confidence, so I'm going to go for a scoreline of QPR 1, Millwall 3. Now for Sheffield Wednesday versus Coventry. Of course, Coventry got a huge win at home to the side we all thought was unbeatable. Of course, they beat Leicester 3 goals 2-1, so I think it's fair to say they're probably all on cloud 9 at the moment. But to be fair, I don't think Sheffield Wednesday are going to be pushovers whatsoever. They have been decent at home of late, but to be fair, I'm still going to back the informed side away from home, so I'm going to go for a scoreline of Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 2. Over to the Bet365 Stadium, we have Stoke versus Birmingham. Both sides do love a draw recently, so I don't think there's a game that screams more of a 1-1 draw than this one, to be honest. Next up, we've got Leeds versus Preston, and with Preston not in their best of form lately, I think it's a good opportunity for Leeds to get some revenge on them for beating them on Boxing Day. And considering Leeds have got back-to-back 3-0 wins, I think you can all see where I'm going to go with this one. My score prediction for this game: Leeds United 3, Preston 0. Finally, we have Leicester versus Ipswich, of course the top two going at it, and obviously over the weekend we found out that Leicester ain't completely invincible as they lost 3-1 away to Coventry. Doubt they're too bothered as they are still about 100 points clear, and for Ipswich, they got back to winning ways in the league after quite a long time. To be fair, of course, they beat Sunderland 2-1 at home, but under the lights, I do see Leicester getting back to winning ways here. I think they're going to want to put things right, and I think they'll win quite comfortably with the quality they have. So I'm going to go for a scoreline of Leicester City 3, Ipswich 1. So there you go, they were my championship predictions for the weekend. Please do leave yours in the comments below. So I'll see you all on Saturday for the matchday vlog against QPR away. Come on, you Lions.